Have you ever seen someone with arms and hands this big, or eyelashes so long they look straight up impossible? Yeah, probably not. But here's the thing. People all over the world are different. Some are born that way. Some develop rare conditions, and others, they choose to completely change how they look. And that's exactly what we're getting into today. People with body parts way bigger than normal. All right, let's start. Let's talk about Michele Ruffinelli, an American woman with one of the largest hips in the world. Her hips measure about 2.48 meters in circumference, and what's wild is she wasn't always like this. As a teenager, she was slim and athletic, totally normal life. But after giving birth to her first child at just 22 years old, she noticed something strange. Her hips wouldn't stop growing. 4 children later, her hips had passed 2 meters. Because of that, she developed arthritis and struggles with basic movement, walking, climbing stairs, even taking a shower. She says sometimes she has to walk sideways through doors. She can't close the shower box when bathing, and when she flies, she has to buy 2 airplane seats. Her clothes can only be made custom order. When she goes out, people take photos. Some laugh, some stare. And even with all of that, she says she's happy with her body. She currently weighs around 190 kilograms, and she's made it very clear she doesn't plan on losing weight or getting plastic surgery to reduce her hips. Honestly, that's a lot to deal with. Now this next one is famous worldwide. Mehmet Özürek was born in 1949 in Artvin, Turkey. He held the Guinness World Record for the longest nose in the world. His nose measured 8.8 centimeters long. That's basically the size of a playing card. He officially held the record since 2001, and his nose was last measured on March 18, 2010. According to Mehmet, having such a large nose gave him unique abilities. He said his sense of smell was different, stronger, and that he could detect odors other people couldn't. He also explained it was genetic. His father and uncles were known for having large noses too, though none as extreme as his. As a child, he was bullied and given cruel nicknames, but as he grew older, something changed. He learned to accept his appearance. Then, he started loving it. Mehmet passed away on May 18, 2023, at the age of 75 after suffering a heart attack just before undergoing surgery. Alright, now this one feels almost unreal. Yu Jiangsha, born in Shanghai, China. She holds the Guinness World Record for the longest eyelashes in the world, officially recognized on May 20th, 2021. Her longest eyelash measures 20.5 centimeters, growing from her upper left eyelid. And get this, she already held the record once before. Back in 2016, her eyelashes measured 12.4 centimeters, but they just kept growing. The previous record holder had lashes measuring only 8.07 centimeters, so she completely destroyed the record. For Guinness to confirm it, the eyelashes must be 100% natural, no extensions, no enhancements. During verification, her lashes were placed against a ruler and measured 3 separate times, with witnesses present. She says she first noticed abnormal growth around 2015. Doctors couldn't explain it. They checked genetics. No one in her family had anything similar. According to Yu Jiangsha, long eyelashes make her look more beautiful and represent good health. She cleans them daily when washing her face, and surprisingly, she says they don't cause discomfort, which honestly sounds impossible. Now let's talk about one of the most emotional stories on this list. Diana Armstrong from Minnesota, USA. She holds the world record for the longest fingernails on a pair of hands, recognized by Guinness on March 13, 2022. The total length of her nails combined is 13.06 meters. That's almost the length of a bus. She's been growing her nails for over 25 years. The last time she cut them was in 1997, and here's why. Diana's daughter, Letitia, passed away at just 16 years old due to an asthma attack during her sleep. Letitia used to do her mother's nails every weekend, filing them and painting them carefully. The night before she passed, she had done her mom's nails. After losing her daughter, Diana says she simply couldn't bring herself to cut them again. Today, painting her nails is an enormous task. She does it only once every 4 to 5 years. Each nail takes about 4 to 5 hours to paint. She uses 15 to 20 bottles of nail polish and even carpentry tools. She can't do it alone. Her daughters and grandchildren help her. Because of the length, she can't do many normal daily activities. If she drops paper money, she can pick it up. Coins? Those stay on the floor. She can't use zippers. She stopped driving, and when she used to, her nails would stick out the car window. Sometimes she uses her feet to pick up clothes or open the fridge. And she says very clearly she has no intention of ever cutting them. Now this guy looks like a real-life cartoon. Jeff Dabe, a 52-year-old American professional arm wrestler. He's a world champion, but that's not why the internet noticed him. People noticed him because his arms and hands are gigantic. His nickname? Popeye. And yeah, once you see him, you get it. His forearms measure 49 centimeters in circumference. His hands are so large he can hold a basketball in each one. According to Jeff, his arms were always disproportionate, even as a baby. Old family photos prove it. Doctors ran multiple tests trying to figure out why his arms grew so large. They ruled out giantism, elephantiasis, and other diseases. No explanation. Jeff has competed in arm wrestling since the 1980s, even back in high school, where he earned the nickname Popeye. In 1986, he suffered a serious injury and tore his right arm, forcing him to stop competing. He stayed away from competitions until 2012, when his friend and champion arm wrestler Josh Handeland encouraged him to return. This time, Jeff came back using his left arm. Today, he competes in the World Arm Wrestling League. At first, he trained by doing farm work, chopping wood, digging, lifting heavy equipment. Later, he started taking the sport seriously, lifting weights, and even building his own practice table. He says people completely freak out when they see his hands in person. And online, he's a hit. He often posts videos comparing his hands to everyday objects. In one video, his wife holds his wedding ring. The ring measures 13 centimeters in circumference, officially one of the largest wedding rings in the world. That's insane. Now let's talk about Samantha Ramsdell from Norwalk, USA. She holds the world record for the largest mouth in the world, officially recognized on July 15, 2021. Her mouth measures 6.52 centimeters tall and over 10 centimeters wide. Growing up, she was heavily bullied because of it, but today, that same feature makes her money. She's a digital influencer with 3.9 million followers on TikTok and 600,000 on Instagram. She started posting content in 2020, mostly showing how wide she can open her mouth and eating food. She earns around $1,000 per post. At 31 years old, something that was her biggest insecurity became one of the most unique parts of her personality. And honestly, that's kind of powerful. Now this one is controversial. Andrea Ivanova, a 25-year-old Bulgarian influencer, she claims to have the largest lips in the world. She's had over 30 hyaluronic acid injections and has spent around $50,000 on her lips alone. Several clinics have refused to treat her, warning that more filler could cause serious health complications. But she says her lips still aren't big enough. She plans to increase them even more, along with her cheekbones and other procedures. Since 2018, she's undergone 43 cosmetic procedures, including changes to her breasts, jaw, and chin. In total, she spent around $140,000. According to Andrea, she doesn't like normal or boring appearances. She loves exaggerated forms and eccentric beauty. And she says she doesn't care about criticism because everyone has their own idea of beauty. In her words, the meaning of life is to be happy. Okay, but what about this guy with the massive neck? Who is he? Honestly, we don't know. We searched everywhere online and his face doesn't match any other image on Google. The only results show the same photo, sometimes edited, sometimes with another man beside him. So the most likely explanation? Photoshop. Someone probably stretched his neck digitally. But if we're talking about real cases, one of the largest known necks belongs to this boy here, Fu Wang, who appeared in the news in 2014 at age 14.
He was diagnosed with congenital scoliosis. He had 10 vertebrae in his neck when normally there should only be 7. The condition caused pressure and pain when walking or running. The last update showed him preparing for surgery to reduce the size of his neck. Alright guys, that's today's video. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.